Okay, welcome back, F1 Manager Nation. I started a new account. I started over. My other account is Legendary, and I wanted to start over and basically record all of my gameplay and share it so you guys can see and hear my mindset as I'm making decisions as I move through this game. I guess on my channel, on my other account, some people wanted to know like what the setup and all that was. I can't really tell you what the setup is because it changes so rapidly. To give you an idea, I don't have enough coins to upgrade all of these guys. But you can see Kvyat would be a big upgrade over Giovinazzi, but he's going to cost all the money I got to upgrade, so I don't think I'm going to do that. 6,800. Robert Kubica is not worth it. I've never used him. So if you want to save your money on upgrading anybody, don't upgrade Kubica. Pretty much the rest of your drivers will become usable. Although I've never used Gasly as well. There was a time when I used Giovinazzi, Kvyat, Albon, and Stroll, especially at the beginning. But those are the drivers I'm rocking with right now. I want to be able to enter some races. So on these screens, what's most important is if you're going to put a part on, it should give you more than it's going to take off. This part can be upgraded for 3,200. You know what? I am just going to run some races, show you guys my strategy with this setup. Okay, I can spend the 1,600 to upgrade. That is going to make my car faster for sure. It's already assigned to the car. So there you go. At this stage in the game with 30 flags, I am rocking a level 3 anchor, level 4 revolution, a level 1 sticky, a level 2 the turbulence, a level 2 the smoothie, and a level 3 the smoothie and a level 2 the zen. That pit stop at 6.27 is wow. My other account I'm running like 3.5, so this is twice as long. Spending money on assets isn't worth it because whatever the cost is, you're only going to get one asset. Alright, so let's do some races. So right now the most important thing is the race crates. If you just do a bunch of races, and you have a winning strategy, you're gonna build up enough coins to upgrade all of your parts. So not getting the crates right now is really not that important. It kind of helps if you want to spend some money, you can wow, my cars are bad. Okay, so starting at 13th and 21st, the most important thing is not necessarily the win because I can't open the crates anyway. So the most important thing is that you actually get as many points as you possibly can. So at the start of the race, you're always going to want to do a little bit of a boost. And now you just want to see how much fuel and how much tires your driver is going to use per lap. He's using I never use hard tires because they don't do anything. It's hard to gain positions and it's easy to get caught. So we're coming up on our first lap and it looks like they're going to use about 25%. So I get 4 laps, which means this is going to be a 2-stop race. So what I would do is let them go. Let them go till 50% and then have them go all out. Oops. And set them up for a pit stop. That way we're going to go 3-3 and then all out for 2. So basically we're going to go half of the race conserving. The other half we're going to go racing. I stacked my guys. I'm not used to the pit strategy. So I'll show you how I would deal with that. Move this thing out of the way. Okay. If you open up this screen, it will show you the timing gaps. Now, after my team being spaced, I don't have to worry about it because the next time they come in, they're going to be perfectly spaced. But basically, the first time you come in for a pit stop, you want to make sure that your racers are split apart. If your racers are split apart, whatever your at least as far or at least as long as it takes to do a pit stop. Okay, so here we go. We're coming up on that magic mark again. So basically you want to let them go 2 laps and then race the last lap. And once again, let's have them come in for a pit stop to soft tires. And hopefully we have enough gas to sprint the last 2 laps as well, which I'm sure we do. See how they didn't stack that time? Because the first pit stop split them at the right time. So you don't have to worry about the second time. But if you can figure out that timing on the first one, I guess it kind of helps. But in the end, it really doesn't matter that much unless you want to split the or have them on different strategies, which I don't think it's worth it to do that. So as you can see, he's on hard tires and I am catching up. And I'm about to pass both of his guys and probably get up there to 7th. This is the strategy, guys. Like, this is the fastest that you can go around these tracks. And I did not get far enough ahead. Yes, I did. I eked out the win at the very, very, very end of the last lap. And as you can see, he was way ahead of me at the beginning. He had several position lead on both of my drivers. See, this is the most important thing, is these race crates. More than these things, because you open one of these, you're going to get coins, maybe a buck, and then 2 different assets, which is really not worth it for the 8. Instead, if you just keep racing, which will help you with your strategy, yeah, so you get the help with the race crates, and the race crates are basically where it's at. I spent a lot of money. I think I only spent, I think I only spent $150 on my other account, which allowed me to upgrade a little bit quicker until I figured out that you can get there just as fast with the race crates. Okay, you saw that last race. My guys did not qualify that good, but they both qualified better. I think the game takes into account how fast you can finish the race and uses that information to establish your qualifying time. Sorry. They always tell you that they can go faster, but we're on a pit strategy. Ouch. Ouch. Something just bit my toe. Sorry. Yeah, we're more worried about pit strategy than we are what our drivers' concerns are. So once again, he's using hard tires, which I think if his number 1 driver was on soft tires, he'd be pulling away. Let's see if that comes into play a little bit later. So we are coming up on finishing lap number 2. Once again, we are going to use a 2-stop strategy. And boom. So let's sprint this lap. What is the time gap? It's only 4 seconds, so I need that to be 6 seconds. I don't think it's going to get there. So therefore we don't need to So this is the reason why you don't want to stack your drivers. You can see how many positions Giovinazzi lost. And the fact that I did not get to sprint with him, I probably should have let him go another lap. But, okay, we'll put that strategy to use next time. I think I can definitely go a lap and a half. Last time I finished, I had extra fuel. So we're going to sprint. And once again, even if I don't beat, it's funny because they have you with the rival, so a lot of people think, oh, I got to beat the rival. Not necessarily. You want your team, both drivers, to go as fast as they can. And I have no idea why people put hard tires on with only 2 laps to go. It's like a common mistake guys make, even up in my other account where I'm a legend. I still come up against guys that are legends that still put hard tires on for 2 laps. All that's going to do is slow you down. Now you can see if I did not stack Giovinazzi, he'd probably be up there with Albon, and we'd probably be battling for the lead. So I got to remember that next time. How many racing points did I get? I got my race crate. Alright, so let's open this bad boy. These ones are always free. There's 10,000 coins, 11 bucks. 25 points to Daniel Kvyat. Kvyat. Daniel Kvyat. Daniel Kvyat. That's it. Daniel Kvyat. Okay, I got a rare. See, this is why these ones are good, because you always get 2 rares. Sometimes you get epic. So more than all these other things. I can't upgrade anything I'm using. That blows. Nope, not worth it. Not worth it. Not worth it. So as you can see, you don't necessarily have to spend the money, because if it's not gonna do you any good to upgrade it, there's no need to upgrade it. Yeah. But let's see. I think we got the money now for Giovinazzi. No, we do not. We only got 30,000. All right, let's keep racing. I could probably race some of these other races, but I want to try and keep it easy, so I keep getting as many race points as possible. Actually, you know what? I'm wasting my time with these 2,000 coin races. So I'll switch up. But, I want to show you my strategy on all of the different tracks so you can see how it works. They keep giving me Canada, which is fine. I get to fine-tune it. Because once I move past these races, I'm not going to come back down and race for 1,000 coins. I'd still do every now and then, but it's rare. Okay, so we are 10th and 11th. This time we are ahead. Let's see if he can catch up or if we extend our lead. All right. So now we are just going to cruise it so we don't lose it. So I'm going to split the strategy this time. I'm going to have Giovinazzi go for 4 laps and then sprint the last 2 and pit after the second laps. I'll show you why. But I'm guessing I could probably have Albon sprint the straightaway into the 3rd lap. This is why I wanted to keep playing these tracks, so I could show you how I develop my strategy as I go through the races. Because again, if you can finish with 0 fuel and 0 tires at the end of the race, that means you left everything on the track. So Albon's going to come in on after the 3rd lap, and Giovinazzi is going to continue around for 1 more lap, so we don't have to worry about stacking them. Because if I stack them, Giovinazzi is going to come out by my rivals. So now they're both going to be pitting on lap 6, so hopefully they're not bunched up. I don't know, we'll see. There you go, sprint home, sprint home, sprint home. Excellent. Oops. Yeah, so as you can see, they're going to stack up. Well, maybe not. Maybe Gio will get far enough. No, he's not going to gain 6 seconds on him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Giovinazzi pit on lap 7 instead of 6. Hey, look at that. I'm challenging for 1st and 2nd. And where do we start? 8th and 9th? So you can't have a static pit schedule. You kind of have to go with what works for each driver based on how they qualify. Uh-oh, I have a broken component, so this pit's going to take a while. As you can see, I'm almost lapping my rival. Wow, 12 seconds. Holy cow. Man, he was in there for an eternity. That was brutal. If I have a broken component on my legendary account, they're only in there for 5 seconds. Albon, I don't want you to run out of gas. We're just going to cruise it home. And that's how you take 1st and 2nd, guys. And again, I mean, I can't say that you're going to use the same timing points and, you know, the exact same strategy, but you can see my strategy basically is the beginning first 4 laps you can't really pass, so there's really no need in trying. And we're going to get 47 points for that race. My rival only got 9. So the previous race, I started down behind my opponent and I finished right next to him. And in this race, I started ahead of my opponent, and I blew him away. Race points. Look at that, 47. So in 3 races, I don't want to lose half of my money. I'm not sure that I'm going to, but I don't want to. Not yet. I want to get a few more race crates. Before we do that, I want to show you that you come up into a league. If you're finishing the top 25, you get promoted to the next division. And basically, divisions, you get a little bit more assets. Each division you go up. So you really want to shoot for promotion. The way I'm racing right now for $1,000 a race, I'm not really going to get promoted that fast. But what I will do is have my drivers and stuff to a level where they'll be competitive when I do start racing those higher levels. Hopefully we get a different race in Canada. Sometimes the game does this, just keep sending you to the same one. Okay, we're at Hockenheimring. Different track, but I don't remember exactly where all the marks are. But once again, we're going to go through. At the beginning of every race, you always want to sprint. Oops, I never use boosts. It's not going to rain. Don't got to worry about that. At the beginning of every race, you always want to do a speed boost, especially when your drivers have all those cars in between them. I guess the concertina effect is going to stretch my drivers out, so I'm not going to have to worry about the stacking them as much. So here we go. Always to the first turn. Wow, that was horrible. I lost places. That's all right. So now we want to see how much tires we're going to use up. We really don't have to worry about fuel because we're conserving so much fuel that that will cover our sprints at the end of the race. Okay, so we are coming through, and it looks like it's going to take about 25% again. So we're going to have to split the strategies and go 3 laps and 4 laps again. So we're going to send him on his sprint and have him pit stop next lap. My first time playing through this, I didn't really split the team strategy that much. I would just let them stack and just deal with it. Uh-oh. We got a broken component. That bites. Uh-oh. Probably should have hit Albon first. That's alright. We'll see what we get. Okay, he put hards on, so we're going to win this race. Boy, you lose a lot of places when your tires go on you. All right, get in there. Yeah, like I said, we're still going to win the race. Okay, so here we go on our sprint. And as you can see, we just took the lead. And we're going up position, so we're gaining on the lead. Oh, shoot! Oh, crap, I can't believe I just did that. Oh, crap, I can't believe I just did that. Oh, that's a mistake I make sometimes. I totally forget to set my pit stops up. Oh, man, I just blew this race. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Oh, man. Oh, man, that was horrible. That's how you lose a race. Oh, I had that race in the bag. Niels Burlage is just going off laughing at the stupidity of Team F1 Ford Racing. If I can just get ahead. Nope, it's not going to happen. Oh, Niels Burlage. Oh, I just handed it to you. Oh, man. And that's how I get 10 points. Oh, dude. That one stings. Straight to the next race. No, we're not going to do this race. Oh, that is brutal. Too busy talking strategy instead of actually enabling or enacting it. But yeah, that's the main reason why I didn't want to race for 16,000 yet. This is my favorite track in all the world. I love Monza. They just had the race this weekend, and it was a crazy race, like everyone knew it would. Okay, so we're in Italy, so what we're going to do is make sure that Giovinazzi is our lead guy this time. It's not going to rain. Let's get to the race. So we're going to boost Gio to make sure he stays ahead. Wow, they really concertina up there. Nope. Nope. This is the view I always watch the race on. Once I do enough races on each track, I can figure out, just based on how far apart my drivers are on the track, as to, if they're far enough for me to pit them at the same time. Okay, so this one's going to be tricky because I'm only going to get 3 laps. So I really got to make sure that my drivers aren't too close. Right now they are 2.5 seconds. Um, all right, they're going to be a little bit stacked, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm hoping Albon's tires run out. And somehow it takes him a little bit longer to get through the pits. Nope, we're stacked. Okay, so he's on hards again, so watch this. We got 4 laps. No? No, we got 3 laps. And then we're going to have to pit again. So I think I'm only supposed to be getting 2 laps with these tires, but because I am cruising for so much of a lap, I'm conserving my rubber. And as you can see, his hards and my softs, I'm going slow, and I'm able to keep up with them. Yeah, look at that. I passed him. So my geo on softs is faster than his geo on hards, which is why I don't use hard tires. Set up these pit stops, lest I forget, which you guys all saw me do in the last race. So we are going to wait till after, I don't know what that chicane is called, but that's where we're going to boost it. Whip around into the pit stops. And then we're going to sprint for the last 2 laps, and let's see what we get. And he's on hards again. I don't get you guys, dude. I'm guessing in order for him to keep up with hards all those laps, he was running at medium speed, and that's why I was able to pass him, because I think hards on medium is the same as doing slow on softs. So there you go, we caught him at the first chicane. Now we're coming into the chicane where Vettel just spun. No, that wasn't the one. It was this one that we're coming up to now. No. No, it was the other one. So all I need is Albon to catch up to Gio, or to get up into 4th place. If I can get up into 4th, I think that should do it. Nope, never mind. Yeah, I caught up to Gio. He had a head start, and I just beat him. I showed you guys the strategy. I forgot I was recording for a second. So obviously I don't stand a chance in this race, but once again we're trying to get as many points as possible. Gio's going to be in first, so he gets pick of strategy, which he's going to go on the 3 lap. Wow, he pit Ricardo early. Every 2 laps, huh? He just bought Daniel Ricciardo into play. See how I'm not passing easily? That is one of the problems with this strategy, but I mean, you still kind of have to go with it, but that's okay. You know, I got to remember Albon needs to go first, because his tires wear faster. God, it's brutal. Okay, so I'm not going to have to worry about stacking. See, and once you get into the last 2 laps, your drivers start passing a lot easier. So you always want to make sure you have extra fuel for the last 2 laps of the race. Yeah, you can see his number 1 driver ain't just cruising by me. So if we would have been closer. I'm actually pulling away. You see what I mean about being able to pass easier? Here, I'll show you. See, earlier in the race, he wouldn't have been able to just pick up all those spots. He would have been mired behind him, or stuck behind him, sorry. Ninth, and shut up. And 17th, yes. Every little extra point helps, man. Look at that smug look on Joel Souza. Yeah, I got you. I got you, Joel Souza. Race Creek, give me those coins. I need some coins. 30, 10,000. I'm glad I know I don't have to spend money on Robert Kubica, because I never used him. And I asked on my other video, and only one person said they used him for a little while and got off of him, so. If you're going to pick between upgrading part or a driver, I would say upgrade the part because that's going to do both drivers. Man, that other one gives us a lot of grip. If I had the coins to just upgrade all of this. Okay, so I am using Albon is still better. And I don't want to replace Giovinazzi. Actually, I do want to replace Giovinazzi. Right, and now I can check Giovinazzi is not that consistent. Okay, so you're going to see my drivers are going to be coming in pretty close to each other. Actually not, because I'm about to upgrade. So he's better at defending, he's more consistent, and he's better on his tires. Okay. I got 72 coins, so I'm going to open one of these. When you get to Legend and you fill up all of your commons, the highest level any of them can get is 10. They still keep giving you the commons, which sucks. Yeah, so again, this isn't really worth the 8 if you're spending real money. Look, 726 coins, $1, and 2 commons. So yeah, so don't feel like you're really missing out that much unless you're going to spend money to get coins, which you really don't need to do if you're winning most of your races. So again, we're going to try 4,000 coin races. Okay, well, I'm going to lose my 4,000. That sucks. And that's why I was doing the 1,000 coin races. Once again, the drivers always grumble. Shut up, shut up. You can see Daniel Kvyat. Kvyat's moving up while Albon's moving back. So Kvyat is a much better driver. I think I'm going to have to switch over to Giovinazzi too. That way I have two strong drivers that can block as well. So once again, we're going about 25%. And once again, we are sprinting and not really gaining anything. Set up our pit stops. And Albon gets us one more lap. Wow, we've been lapped by the Mercedes. And here comes our rival. And Daniel Kvyat is now going to get to sprint. And he's going to come in on lap 6. And Albon will come in on lap 7. Look how easily they pass now. So that's why it's better to save all your sprinting until the end of the race. So that's the best I can do. I mean, I can't really be upset because I actually might pass Carlos Sainz, which to me would be amazing considering how far back we were. But I am going to relinquish that position, but I might gain it back. Oh, I forgot how long my pit stops take. Never mind. So once again, my guy started way back. What was it, 22 and 23, I think it was. Anyway, we started back at the back of the field, and the simple fact that we are in the top 10, that both my drivers are in the top 10, I'm stoked with that. Manufacturers points right behind. We finished, what, 3rd place, manufacturers? I think that's worthy of Nikki. Oh, shoot, that was only a 2,000. Awesome. Well, that's why I'm only doing these races. Because otherwise I'm going to run out of coins and have to sit and wait. Alright, this is going to be the last race. I'm going to end this video and switch over to my other account. This game is always, since day 2 when I first picked it up, this game has always had a problem with counting, the accounting part of it, as far as when you win flags, you don't always get them. That problem has always been there, and it appears like it's still going on. I think when I started, I had 30 flags. Sometimes it's cool to watch that close angle, but this is the angle I kind of prefer. It gives me more information. Once I get to the last 2 laps and I know I'm going to sprint, it's fun to watch your driver pass everybody, especially if you know he's about to take first place. So the good news is Albon's ahead since he burns his tires faster. I think Daniel Kvyat will be able to give me 4 laps. So we are going to sprint that straightaway. I don't know why he just pit. I think he knew his tires weren't going to last the whole lap. But again, if you conserve, I think if we would have hit conserve, he could have stretched those tires to last that last lap. Wow, another breakdown. Man, these breakdowns are brutal. And sprint home. Boy, he is falling backwards. I don't know what his pit strategy is, but his drivers are falling backwards. Ooh, he has Bottas. So here goes Albon. And we can set him up to a pit stop. And here comes Daniel Kvyat. And we can set him up for a pit stop. And as I said, now we can actually watch. Albon broke down, which I knew he would. Which means Kvyat can't speed because he's going to be in there for freaking 11 seconds. Dude, that is brutal. That is brutal. That cost me the game right there. So more than anything, I can give up on speed. I gotta fix my reliability. I gotta fix my reliability. That just cost me this race. I probably could have stretched my other driver another lap. Oh, got him at the very end. Whew, man, that was close. 17 points. So I think we're going to have to go 3, 3, 2. I mean, 3 laps, 3 laps, 2 laps, and then 4 laps, 3 laps, 1 lap. And that way my drivers won't get stacked anymore. I gotta get done with the stacking. See, I only have 26 flags. For whatever reason, my flags aren't going. My flags aren't going up. Unless the flags are accumulation of your rating as to your how your team performs, which would make the races closer. But he's way up at the front and I'm way at the back. Oh well, we'll see. 17 and 21, Albon is on the short pit strategy. Kvyat is on the long pit strategy. Okay, we are off. And once again, my drivers immediately wind up next to each other. Okay, so he has hards on. His front driver, which that doesn't make any sense because now Kvyat is going to struggle to pass him, so he's just wasting fuel right now. Okay, so it looks like Albon is using it up, but Kvyat is in front, so I don't want to waste Albon's fuel lagging behind, because I don't think he's going to be able to pass Daniel Kvyat because he has good defensive rating. Man, these pit stops take forever. So here we come, and it's kind of a waste of fuel when you don't have the tires, because you just don't go anywhere. And boom. So Daniel Kvyat is going to come in. And then one lap later, Albon's going to come in. Therefore, there will not be any stacking. So I got to upgrade my parts and get my pit stops down. Because right now that is costing me way too much time. The pit stops are taking seconds. And if I upgrade those parts for speed, I'm going to gain tenths per lap. So I think early on it's really important to get your pit stop time down. I don't remember where we started, but we moved up, which, like I said, is what you always want to do. I think we started back in the 20s. I don't know. Okay, so let's check this out. I can't gain. Oh, wait. This is what I wanted to do. No gain. No gain. It adds to the pit stop time. Adds to the pit stop time. Adds to the pit stop time. That one takes away. But man, it makes me a lot slower. Yeah, so see, I'm only going to gain a tenth. But with the loss of power, aero, and grip, I'm probably going to lose, I don't know, a tenth and a half per lap. So that wouldn't be worth it. Alright, I'm going to end this video so it's not too long. If you have any questions or comments or anything, just hit me up down in the comments. If there's any information you want, if there's anything you're stuck on, like I said, I'm all the way up to a legendary status. Yeah, if there's any questions you guys have, leave it down in the comments and I'll get back to you. It is late where I am from. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. So I'm going to end this and post it. And subscribe if you want to see me progress through this game. If you are not this far, or if you are stuck and I catch up to you, might be able to give you some tips and pointers. The main thing is you can see my race strategy is I always gain places. And if it's a fair race, I tend to beat my opponent, which is why I get all the unfair races, which is understandable. Anyway, this is Commander J. Hall signing out from F1 Ford Racing. Alright, guys. Have a nice night.